In the evolving landscape of software as a service, SaaS, as we enter 2026, the industry's strategic compass has shifted decisively from unrestrained growth towards an era defined by efficiency. While customer acquisition cost, CAC, remains a staple metric, its dominance has been eclipsed by net revenue retention, NRR, the metric now deemed most vital for securing long-term survival, forging robust company valuations, and compounding revenue growth. This lecture explores the architecture of growth accounting, illuminating why NRR has become the cornerstone metric for SaaS operators and investors alike. At its core, NRR transcends the limitations of gross retention by capturing not only what recurring revenue is preserved, but also how it is augmented over time. Calculating NRR involves a straightforward yet incisive formula. Net revenue retention equals the starting monthly recurring revenue, NRR, plus expansion, minus downsell and churn, divided by the starting MRR, all multiplied by 100. In an era marked by scrutiny and discipline, SaaS companies that report NRR figures over 110% are recognized as market leaders. Such a rate does not merely signal customer satisfaction. It signals customer advocacy and organic account growth, even in the temporary absence of new logo acquisition. Protecting the base is non-negotiable. Churn, in this context, is the adversary threatening the very foundation of revenue stability. The practice of churn mitigation has become increasingly sophisticated. Companies rely on predictive health scoring systems, early warning mechanisms that continuously analyze telemetry data, be it an unexpected drop in product usage, reduced frequency of API engagement, or diminishing seat activity. These signals empower customer success teams to implement proactive interventions well before at-risk customers decide to discontinue their relationship. In this model, the most cost-efficient growth comes from safeguarding the revenue that is already on the books. Yet, NRR is not a purely defensive metric. Its catalytic component lies in expansion revenue. The upsells, seat expansions, and cross-sells that transform existing customers into larger sources of revenue. This approach is powered by value-based pricing strategies. Pricing scales with the demonstrable value the customer extracts from the product, turning revenue expansion into a byproduct of the customer's own success. When such mechanisms are embedded into onboarding and customer education, growth becomes both natural and sustainable, negating the need for continual high-pressure sales tactics. Investors in the year 2026 have evolved their assessment frameworks accordingly. A high NRR today is synonymous with what may be termed a retention premium. For two firms growing at identical rates, the one with superior NRR commands valuation multiples far above its peer. This dynamic results from the compound interest effect. Retained and expanded revenue not only secures today's earnings, but propels tomorrow's growth without the need for proportionate increases in CAC. High NRR signals deep product market fit and elevated switching costs, attributes that are foundational for premium company valuation. Nonetheless, vigilance is required to sustain these advantages. The so-called leaky bucket phenomenon remains a persistent threat where heightened churn necessitates excessive acquisition costs merely to offset losses. Cohort analysis becomes an invaluable diagnostic tool, tracking customer longevity, segmenting churn incidents into identifiable epochs, and illuminating points of friction, such as onboarding shortfalls or insufficient product engagement. By precisely detecting and remedying these vulnerability points, SaaS companies can stem the outflow, enabling foundational revenue to accumulate and compound over successive periods. In summary, as SaaS companies traverse the efficiency frontier of 2026, mastery over NRR and growth accounting is paramount. Revenue excellence is achieved not through unchecked expansion, but by constructing resilient, value-driven customer relationships that enable recurring revenue to grow organically and predictably. The enduring winners will be those who harmonize retention, expansion, and disciplined acquisition, achieving not only survival, but outperformance in a marketplace that rewards efficiency above all else.